What if your baby isn't just waiting to be born? What if right now, in this very moment, they are already living, already feeling, already responding to you? If you're pregnant or you love someone who is, you are exactly where you need to be. Most people imagine the womb as a quiet place, a dark, peaceful space where a baby simply grows, waits, sleeps. We picture them still, curled, calm, unaware, just becoming. And honestly, that's what most of us were taught to believe. But here's what the science actually shows, and this is the part that changes everything. Your baby inside the womb is not waiting. They are practicing. They are dreaming. They are listening to your voice and already recognizing it is yours. They are tasting what you eat, responding to music, feeling your emotions move through them like weather. And here's the part most parents never realize. The relationship between you and your baby didn't begin at birth. It began long before you ever held them. Researchers have spent decades studying fetal behavior, and what they've found is nothing short of extraordinary. In this video, we're going to walk through exactly what your baby is actually doing inside the womb, week by week, sensation by sensation, behavior by behavior. You'll discover when they first feel pain, when they begin to dream, what they can hear and what they can't, how they respond to your stress, your laughter, your voice reading a story in the dark. And by the end, you'll understand something that changes the way you experience every single day of pregnancy. Welcome to Everyday Family. If you're a parent or a parent-to-be who wants to understand your child more deeply, using real science and honest human insights, consider subscribing. We're here every week, for families just like yours. But before we begin, there's one behavior your baby starts doing inside the womb that researchers only recently discovered. And when you hear it, you'll never think about pregnancy the same way again. Point 1. Your baby can taste what you eat. Let's start with something that surprises almost everyone. By around 14 weeks, your baby is already swallowing amniotic fluid, and that fluid tastes like whatever you've been eating. Garlic, vanilla, carrots, spice, all of it. Researchers gave pregnant mothers carrot juice regularly before birth, and when those babies were born, they showed a clear preference for carrot-flavored foods. Babies whose mothers hadn't drunk carrot juice, they turned away from it. Think about that for a moment. The foods you eat right now are shaping your baby's future preferences. Their first relationship with flavor is already being written by you. And that is only the beginning. But what your baby can taste is nothing compared to what they can hear. Point 2. Your baby knows your voice. By 18 weeks, your baby's ears are functional. The womb is not a silent place. Your heartbeat, your breathing, your voice, it surrounds them constantly, like the world's most intimate soundtrack. Researchers played recordings of mothers' voices to newborns just hours after birth, and those babies turned toward the familiar voice, calmed faster, felt safer, not because they recognized the face, because they recognized the sound. They had been listening for months. Every story you read aloud, every song you hummed in the car, every time you talked to your belly and felt a little silly doing it, your baby was already there. Already learning, already holding on to the sound of you. But here's where it gets even more extraordinary, because your baby isn't just listening to your voice, they're feeling something far deeper than sound. Point 3. Your baby feels your emotions. This is the one most parents aren't prepared for. When you feel stress, your body releases cortisol, and that cortisol crosses the placenta. Your baby receives it, feels it, responds to it. Studies show that babies of mothers who experienced prolonged stress during pregnancy showed higher stress responses after birth, more difficult to soothe, more sensitive to stimulation. But here's the other side of that truth. When you feel calm, when you breathe slowly, when you sit in a quiet moment and simply rest, your baby feels that too. Your peace becomes their peace. Your steadiness becomes their first experience of safety. The emotional environment you carry right now is the first world your baby has ever known. And if that moved you, wait until you hear what researchers discovered about what your baby does when they think no one is watching. Here's what most parents never realize. The bond between you and your baby didn't start at birth. It didn't start at the first ultrasound. It didn't start the moment you found out. It started the moment your body became their world. And that world was already communicating with them every single day. Here's the psychology behind it. Researchers call it prenatal programming, and it simply means this. The emotional and physical environment your baby experiences in the womb begins shaping who they become, not in a frightening way, not in a way that puts impossible pressure on you, but in a way that is honestly breathtaking, because it means the relationship has already begun. The attunement, the connection, the quiet back and forth between you and your child, it was never waiting for birth to start. It was already happening. And that changes everything, because most parents spend pregnancy preparing the outside world for their baby, the nursery, the clothes, the feeding plan. But the most important environment your baby is living in right now is you, your nervous system, your emotional landscape, your breath, your voice, your stillness. And here's why that matters more than any nursery ever could. The feelings your baby experiences in the womb become their first template for the world. Is the world safe? Is the world calm? Is the world a place where I am held? Those questions are being answered right now by how you feel today. So here's the practical application, and it's simpler than you might expect. 1. Talk to your baby out loud. Every day, not because they understand the words yet, but because your voice is already their most familiar sound. Every word you speak is building the neural pathways of recognition and safety. 2. Treat your own calm as a gift to them. When you slow your breathing, when you sit in stillness for 5 minutes, when you choose rest over one more task, you are not being indulgent. You are parenting. 3. Touch your belly with intention. Research shows babies respond to gentle touch on the womb wall as early as 20 weeks. They move toward it. They turn to meet it. They already know that touch means you. This small shift in how you see pregnancy can completely transform the experience. You are not just carrying a baby, you are already raising one. Before you close this video, I want you to sit with something. Every moment you've spent worrying about whether you're doing enough, every time you talked to your belly and wondered if anyone was listening, every song you hummed, every hand you placed there in the quiet dark, it mattered. It all mattered. More than you knew, because your baby didn't arrive as a stranger. They arrived already knowing your heartbeat, already recognizing your voice, already shaped by your love before they ever opened their eyes. And when you hold them for the first time, what you'll feel isn't just meeting someone new, it's a reunion. They were your whole world before they even knew the world existed. Tell me in the comments what moment in your pregnancy first made you feel truly connected to your baby. I read every single one. And if this touched something in you today, subscribe to Everyday Family. We're here every week for the moments that matter most.